my name is Ashley Josephine, and today I've got a yoga sequence for the slopes. Any type of winter sport, this sequence is going to work your thighs, your legs, get your side body working, and get you ready to go for skiing, snowboarding, snowshoeing, ice skating, any of those winter sports, you name it, this sequence will help you. So we'll start at the top of the mat, in mountain pose. Inhale your arms up overhead, press down through your feet to activate the muscles in your legs. Take a deep inhale in, exhale out all your air. One more time, inhale, exhale, release. Now grab hold of your wrist and come into a side bend, pressing the left hip over toward the side and bending up over to the right. Inhale up to center, switch wrists, and bend over towards your left, pressing the right hip out. Press down through both feet. Inhale up to center. Exhale, forward fold. Release your head and your neck here. We'll get a stretch into the back of the thighs. If you need to, bend your knees. Take a couple breaths here. Now start to bend your knees a lot and bring your weight into your heels. Your arms will come up overhead slowly until your biceps line up with your ears. We're moving into chair pose here. And this is that downhill tuck that we find in skiing. So it's working the muscles in our thighs, really great for skiers. Bring your weight into the back of your heels, lift up all 10 toes, and sit down as far as you can. Breathe deeply here. I know the muscles in the thighs might be burning, but this is a great exercise for you skiers, so stay with me, stay with the breath. Just 3 more breaths. I know that you can do it. Just imagine yourself whipping down that hill, the wind in your face. Almost there, one last breath. Release to a forward fold. From here, step your left foot back for warrior one. Your left toes will point out slightly, almost at a 45-degree angle. And then you'll come up into a lunge in the front leg. Your hands, again, biceps by the ears. Pull your left hip forward and your right hip back, squaring the hips toward the front of the room. Deep breaths. This pose is working the muscles in the legs and helping you to stretch out the hips to give you a greater range of motion when you're skiing and snowboarding. Exhale, open up to warrior two. Now your hips will be facing an open position. Your gaze is out over your right fingertips. Your knees in line with the fingers. Press down through the feet and stack your shoulders right over the hips. Then inhale, reverse your warrior. Bring your left hand down to your back thigh, but keep very little weight there so that you're working the muscles in the side body. Rather than feeling a crunch here, work to maintain a lot of lift in the upper body. Stay in a low lunge in the front leg. One more deep inhale. And then exhale your hands down to the ground and bring your left foot back up for a forward fold. Then switch sides, take your right foot back. Warrior one legs, set up. Left toes pointing forward, right toes pointing slightly out. And then bring the hands up overhead. This time your right hip moves forward as your left hip pulls back. Press down through your feet into the ground. And activate the fingertips, spreading across the chest. Relax your shoulder blades down away from your ears. Then exhale, open up your hips to the side for warrior two. You might need to change the position of your feet. The front foot might come in a little bit so that the heel bisects the arch of the back foot. Gaze over your left fingertips. Press down into your feet. Feel your upper body rising up. Then inhale, reverse your warrior. Again, little to no weight in your back hand, feeling lift and maintaining a deep lunge in your front right leg. You can gaze up over your left shoulder. And then exhale your hands down and step your right foot back up to a forward fold. Then inhale, very slowly round all the way up. Mountain pose. Hands come up overhead. Now you're going to pick your left foot up off the ground and slowly start to shift your weight forward, coming into a balancing pose on your right leg. Right leg is straight and strong. Pull your hip back slightly to keep the hips square toward the ground. And if it's available for you, bring your hands out. Warrior 3 pose. If this doesn't work, you can keep your hands at heart center to help keep your center of gravity in, or you can have your hands back in airplane pose. Otherwise, see if this works for you. If you're wobbling and falling out of the pose, that's perfectly okay. We're working on balance here. It can help to flex your back foot. Take one more deep inhale. Exhale, very slowly release. Come back into a standing pose. Stay here for a moment. You can walk out the feet if they're feeling a little bit tired. And then lift up the right leg and very slowly bring it back. Warrior 3 on the other side. Left leg is your foundation. It's straight and strong. Maybe a slight bend in the knee to avoid any hyperextension. Hips are square. You might need to drop the right hip. Back toes are flexed. Imagine that you're pressing into a wall behind you. The more you press down into your standing foot, the more you'll press out of the left hip. If you can come to the full pose, Warrior 3 arms straight out in front of you. Otherwise, the hands can be at heart center or in airplane pose back behind you, palms facing down. Choose whatever works for you. Be compassionate with your body. Know that you might not be in the full pose right away, but the more you practice, you'll get there. Take one more deep inhale here, and then very slowly come back up to standing. And then the last pose, come down onto the mat. Spread your knees wide, bring your big toes to touch behind you. Sink your hips back and rest your forehead on the mat. Child's pose. You deserve it, you've worked hard. Take a few deep inhales and exhales here. And then when you're ready, walk your hands back in, and you're ready to go. This has been your practice for the slopes, a great practice to help you get ready for a ski trip or any type of winter activity that you're looking forward to. My name is Ashley Josephine, and I look forward to teaching you again soon. Have a great day.